There are a number of examples in Scripture, and I think perhaps the one that comes most clearly to mind is obviously David's sin with Bathsheba. We think also of Joseph tempted by Potiphar's wife, and for David, I think it was a moment, perhaps we imagine, of boredom. It says there in the narrative that when the other kings were away at war, he was sitting up on his rooftop, and his eyes fell on this beautiful woman on another rooftop, and he lusted after her. He looked, but his looking went beyond that to lusting, and he sent for her, and because he was king, guess he could do that. And then he arranged for the murder of her husband on the battlefield and trying to cover it up. So what we see there is both the presence of looking moving to lusting. We see after you have sinned in one area, you often have to cover up because of your shame and do other things that sometimes are even worse. And then we see in his family the consequences, I think, down through the generations of other sexual sin, of Amnon raping Tamar. That was all part of his family, and the way they tried to cover that up. Joseph, on the other hand, was a man obviously of great discipline, and he was able to resist Potiphar's wife when she came and tempted him and said, "Lie with me, and here is a woman, they're all alone," and then then he essentially literally ran, and then she accuses him. So he resisted the temptation. We could look at the effect on Tamar, the woman who was raped, and her life was utterly destroyed by being raped by Amnon. And you see Amnon's lust for her, his plotting to seduce her, and then after he has committed the act of raping her, then he despises her. And I think he's contemptuous of her, but he's also mostly probably deeply ashamed and full of self-contempt that comes out in contempt of Tamar. And it says Tamar went away a destitute, broken woman. So the consequences are profound there of broken sexuality.